Hello, Natalie, as we continue our Star Wars theme show today. We have a special guest, a regular, not so much though. Can we please welcome to the show, Derek Jeter.
I gotta buy the Rays. I want to buy the Tampa Bay Rays. I got the Marlins. I want the Rays. Did you see that World Series? I want the Rays. Make it happen. Make it happen.
We like that.
Hey, ladies. Hey, ladies. How you doing?
Good, good.
I'm sorry. I was on a phone call. You know.
Hey, were you on the phone call with Dr. Lori? So I understand you're stepping in for her.
I'm trying to make a deal. You know, I own part owner of the Miami Marlins, and I'm trying to get the Rays. And you know, they're a good team. They're going to be expensive, and you know, but no, you know, retirement's treated me well. I gained a few pounds, you know, being in retirement, but you know, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And you're coming up on my favorite time of year, you know, I'm Mr. November, you know, and it was when I had that November 1st, the anniversary of my walk-off home run to win the series. So yeah, it's World Series time. So,
you know,
doing okay.
Since you, of course, you know, did have a home, I know it's up on the market now. I hope you will still visit Tampa. I've always thought, like, you know, it made sense to have Derek on the Morning Blend since he lived here. I'm glad we finally could make that happen.
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna miss Tampa, but you know, things change. I got my daughters, and Dr. Lori can't. You know, we came to Dr. Lori's studio because, you know, my daughters have a lot of Beanie Babies. So she's off appraising the Beanie Babies for my daughter, and that's okay. And she asked me if she could wear my World Series rings. You know, she likes jewelry, Dr. Lori, you know. I'm letting her do that, but she gave me some notes about what we're going to talk about, which is Star Wars. I like Star Wars just like everybody. I like baseball better, but you know, I like Star Wars. So, you know, we're going to talk about that. Dr. Lori has trained me for this. And you know, of course, you know, I'm really honored this year because, you know, I'm in the Hall of Fame this year, and I'm very honored with that. And I'm helping kids, and, you know,
by the way,
great.
You know, we always rely on Dr. Lori to kind of inform us about objects, what's worth stuff, what's not. You know, I want to kind of get back into the Star Wars world, and I want to say, help me, Derek. You're my only hope.
Yeah, well,
work with the Star Wars area.
If you work hard, you can do anything. You know, I always say that. You know, you got to dream. You got to dream big. You know, it's the life that you imagine. Just like my book. You know, it's a life you imagine. So we can do this with the Star Wars. All right.
All right, let's do it. Let's get to our first item. Oh, all right. Hey, that's like a version, somewhat of a version of what I got on today.
Yeah. Hey, it's great. So this is Luke Skywalker, and this is his, of course, the trading cards for Star Wars. And you want to think about really getting rid of these Star Wars pieces now when you see a whole lot of excitement in the media about Star Wars. So when a new movie is coming out, you know, or when you have big events with respect to Star Wars, or of course, some other things that are going on with respect to Star Wars, which we'll talk about more. But the Luke cards, so the trading cards, pretty collectible. Lots of people have them. They date from the late 1970s. So value on this?
Yeah. What do we say here? Value.
Condition pretty good. About $25 when they're traded. So when you're looking on like eBay, for example, and you're saying, well, what is mine worth? Yeah. You have to think about analyzing the market, and you have to remember that a listing, just because somebody prices it at $1 million doesn't mean it's worth $1 million. So about $25 is what they actually are worth.
Okay. All right, next up.
Yeah.
Ooh. This has got me written all over it. It's another game.
Yeah, the Star Wars Risk game. And this particular Risk game is in very good condition. You got to have all the pieces, right? And you've got to, of course, have the box has to be in good condition. So no tape on the box, none of that kind of thing. So you've got to think about that too. Value on the game. What do you think the value of the game is?
Oh,
I don't know, maybe $30?
I was going to say,
board games are usually in that $25 to $50 range, but because it falls into more than one category, it's Risk, which is a well-known, of course, game line, and then it's also Star Wars, and of course, it dates, of course, to the early 2000s. Value on this game about $100.
Oh wow, okay. So keep that in again.
Unopened, hasn't been played with.
Oh, that's no fun. Okay, what is this right here? Is this a little action figure?
That's an action figure. That's actually an action figure with, of course, the saber. Now, remember, you have to have the accessories for the action figures, too, to make them valuable. And this one's from 1977. Kenner made these. So some are made by, of course, other toy companies, but you want the 1977 or Kenner ones. This one is actually out of the package. So that's going to be important. You need, MIP, mint in package, right? So you're looking at, of course, MIP, mint in package pieces. This one is out of the package, so it's going to be less than in package. Value on this, about $75.
Ooh.
In good condition. It's not chewed up by the dog and that kind of thing.
Well, the lightsaber looked a little sad from the
I
angle.
know. It looked like a lighter.
Yeah, no, that's nice. And the saber's there. It's a pretty nice example.
Well, and so Star Wars stuff from the 70s, is that going to be prime? I mean, I feel like that's when it initially came out. And is that going to be the most?
Dr. Lori says the stuff from the 70s is going to be the most valuable because we talked about this. I have the stuff from the 90s too. The stuff from the 70s. But the Darth Vader, just to go back to it quickly, mint in package is $250.
Oh,
so
okay.
Remember, this one's $75, but it's not in the package.
Okay, so let's go to Yoda now.
Okay. Yoda, of course, here is from 1981. So a little bit later into that second wave, of course, of when we're starting to see Star Wars and the prequels and sequels movies, right? So this particular Yoda in very nice condition from 1981. They sell about $150 for the run-of-the-mill ones. This one's in really good condition and actually has a very, very good stare of the eyes. So when they are actually mass produced, the eyes literally are what tell you what's what, because sometimes we see them where the pupils aren't as direct as these. Value on this one, about $250.
Hey.
Nice.
How are my eyes here, Jeter?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. You kind of remind me of Jorge Posada there.
That's good. All right. Oh, this is cool, Mr. Potato Head. So this, I feel like you have a classic toy again with this great theme.
Yeah, and then again, you take it apart and you can play with them. And Mr. Potato Head is a long-standing, of course, collectible toy. And then you unite it with Star Wars. So Darth Tater here was introduced in the early 2000s, 2005 to be specific, in the original packaging. And this piece was $65.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's not the cost of my house in Tampa. It's worth a lot more. But what can I do?
Well, Derek, again, I've been wanting to get you on the show. I'm glad it finally happened.
Yep.
And of course, give Dr. Lori our best. There's her website. We love all the information she always brings to the show.
Yeah, she's good. I got to make sure that my, World Series rings are still here with me. So when I go home, because, Dr. Lori loves her jewelry. But we got some other pieces on the set here, and I just wanted to show her some of the Yankee memorabilia. And of course, we hope to be right back in Tampa. I'll be there with the Yankees, of course, playing right there in Tampa.
Boo! Just kidding.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm still bitter from our Rays loss. Thank you, Jeter. Tell Dr. Lori thank you.
May the force be with you.